Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now we got some metalcore on the channel today. We've had a few of these bands on the show before, so we know it'll be good. We're going to kick off with this first band who we have had before. This is Seer. Their track is called Ambivalent. So let's check them out. With a new metal edge as well. Got the right guitar tone for this kind of music. They could have got away with having that lead guitar a bit louder in the mix, though, make it a bit more prominent. There we go. Cool. This guy's a two-piece. Pretty good job for a two-piece band if they are. Yeah. Good one. It's had a nice mix of kind of, yeah, it looks like they are a two-piece. Good job then for two people. But it sounded to me like this was more kind of classic metalcore edge, but also with a nice mix of new metal in there as well, and emotion in the vocal, and the way you work the vocal was new metally. So yeah, that was cool. That's not a mix I've really heard too much of before. So it's nice to have a classic edge of the metalcore in there with the riffiness on the guitar and a great guitar tone for this kind of music. But then also bringing a bit more emotion and new metal edge with the vocal and stuff like that. So yeah, very cool. I enjoyed it. We've had these guys on the show before as well. This is Please Stand By. This track is called BLM, another Toronto band to check out. So here we go. Yeah, nice low end to this one. Yeah, great bass tone. Nice to put a cool guitar sound between the chugs so it's not just dead space. Yeah, these guys have got a bit of that alien core in them as well. Yeah. Nice guitar tone in this one as well. Got a real thickness to it. And the only thing I'm missing in this mix is a bit more cymbal sound. You just barely hear the cymbals. And because of that, it's not got a lot of high-end washiness to it that you get from the cymbals. And I think that's the only thing that's kind of missing a little bit. It's a bit of that. You know, it'd be nice to have a real big washy cymbal at this part. Because everything else in the mix is nice. You can hear the bass really nice. The guitars have got a great tone. Vocal sits in there nicely. The drums are nice, but yeah, it'd just be nice to get a bit more cymbal sound. Let that fill out the high end of the mix. Balance it out a little bit more. I enjoyed that one. That was really cool. Again, we had a nice mix with these guys. We had a mix of the metalcore, but with some alien core twiddly widdly stuff in there as well, which I wasn't expecting. And it went nicely, a bit of deathcore edge in there as well. So yeah, it just shows you can mix up the metalcore with a bunch of other genres to get, you know, a genre greater than the sum of its parts, I think. So yeah, very, very cool. Nice to have that stuff in this kind of music. Right, let's finish off with this last band today. We haven't had these on the show before. This is Pantocrator. The track is called Punish the Evil. It's a band cover. This is by Theoptia. I'll let you get it on the screen. That's a weird one to say. Theoptia. So it's a cover, this one is. Let's check it out. Ah, right, yeah. I need to crank this one up though. It is a bit quiet for some reason. But yeah, this is a one-man band cover. And you can see he's doing all the parts, so that's dope. Nice that you can play all those instruments. And you've got them all on hand as well to play. And a nice vocal. That bass nicely in this mix as well. Cutting through the mix. I think I'd crack a bit more gain on those guitars though. Just fill out the sound a bit more, make them a bit thicker and more chuggy. It suits this kind of music. on these sections. I think a bit more gain on the guitars would have done nicely to thicken up the sound, just make the whole mix a bit more chunky. The drums sound good. Let's mic them up nicely. I'm going to guess this guy is a drummer because I'm watching each of the performances and he seems most comfortable on the drum kit. And it's usually the way around. It's usually they're a guitarist and they can play a bit of drums. You see them struggling to do the drums. And I would say this guy's initially a drummer, who's then learned to play guitar and stuff as well. I might be wrong. He's got great vocal as well, and I just think it's great, man, when you can do all of this stuff yourself. You don't need to rely on anyone else. You can be a one-man band, get it recorded, get it all done, especially when you've got the ability to have real kit, all mic'd up like he's got there. World's your oyster. Hopefully we can get some original material out of this guy as well. You know, hear him on his musical journey of doing his own thing. Cool. Now I'm not familiar with this track, but I'm pretty sure he did a good job of it because it was all sounded right, it sounded tight. And again, dope that he just did it all himself, no worries. Now all I would say is this guy needs to just do a bit more in terms of his mix to make sure that the music comes across the ear with a powerfulness and represents this kind of music in the best way that it can, because you want this music to be loud, chunky and heavy as much as it will go. And I think in order to do that, what he needed to do was pan his guitars a bit further out, whack a bit more gain on them because they're a bit thin in terms of the gain, so they've got more of a chunk to the guitars. The bass sounded great, had a great tone. You could hear it in the mix nicely. The drums sounded great as well, so no worries there on the vocal. And I think once you've done that, you'd have a real nice, fat, chunky mix that suits this kind of music. And again, the fact that you do it all yourself and you've got the ability to record and do all of this yourself is just so dope as far as I'm concerned. One-man bands for me, I've said it before, I think are the future of music and particularly metal, because there's a lot of one-man bands out there, or kind of single guys who've got a lot of great ideas but can't communicate those ideas necessarily very well with other people in the band, or they just haven't got a band to play with. There's no one in their area. You know, if you live in a small village somewhere in the back of nowhere, and you're into technical death metal or something like that, chances are there's not going to be very many people around you that you can form a band with and do all of that kind of music. But if you learn to play the instruments yourself and you do a bit of mixing as well, you can get these ideas down. And it means that these ideas don't just get lost into the ether or don't ever get realized. They just sit in someone's bedroom the whole time. This way you can get it down, make a track, mix it down, put it out on the internet, other people can check it out and whatever. And that was never a thing that you could do kind of even just 20 years ago. So I think it's really, really great. It's the future of music, and I want to see more guys like this who can play all the instruments and actually do it live, make some music and get their ideas down, and, you know, have a personalized thing that they've got going on. Super cool. Hope you've enjoyed that today, guys. 3 cool bands with a bunch of different mixing going on, in terms of mixing the genres and styles together, modern, all of that. Very, very cool. We'll see you around, guys. Bye.